Hello and welcome to Simple Cryptocurrency Reviews. My name is Claudio and this is CryptosChain, the channel in which I do crypto reviews, news, demos and also interviews. So do check it out. Do consider subscribing it if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit the like if you enjoyed the video. And in today's review we'll be talking about Cardano, which are supposed to be Ethereum's competitors. They're actually very hyped since 2017. They've got a huge community, and simply because the team is absolutely awesome, and I'll be going through it and I'll be explaining it to you in a simple way without being too technical in this video. So let's not waste any time and let's get right in. So as we can see on Cardano.org, which is their official website that you can find in the description of this video, Cardano is a decentralized public blockchain and cryptocurrency project and is fully open source. That means their whole project is on Git, and developers from all over the world can contribute with code commits to this project to improve it, to do anything that they may want to do in order to make it a better blockchain, in order to make it special compared to other blockchains. Now, Cardano is developing a smart contract platform which seeks to deliver more advanced features than any protocol previously developed. It is the first blockchain platform to evolve out of a scientific philosophy and a research-first driven approach. The development team consists of a large global collective of expert engineers and researchers, and we'll actually be looking at the team when we get right into that. But they're basically talking about the project here. You can learn more if you go to this section. Ouroboros, which is the name of the proof of stake algorithm, and Daedalus, which is the actual wallet that you can use to store Cardano, or ADA as the token symbol is. And of course they've got the Cardano roadmap here, and you can get started with Cardano by downloading the wallet. And more information on Cardano here, which is of course about the cryptocurrency experts, Cardano Foundation and Emergo. Okay, so these are actually split into three. The whole team is split into three and they're part of the Cardano Foundation. But if we go to the get started section here, of course you've got the Daedalus wallet. You've got the learn section here. What is Cardano? So what are they all about? And if we go to what is Cardano, you'll get just that. So Cardano is home to the ADA cryptocurrency, which can be used to send and receive digital funds. This digital cash represents the future of money, making it possible fast, direct transfers that are guaranteed to be secure through the use of cryptography. Cardano is more than just a cryptocurrency. It is a technological platform that will be capable of running financial applications currently used in every day by individuals. Okay, so this is the important part. They're trying to get to the masses. They're trying to get to all these different companies to teach them how to integrate into Cardano, and of course to teach their development team how to develop on Cardano, because this is the whole point, to grow Cardano into the masses and spread it out there. So let's see. And if we go to Ouroboros, I think I'm pronouncing this correctly, I'm not sure, but proof of stake mining, that's what it's called. Okay, so Cardano uses a new proof of stake algorithm called Ouroboros, which determines how individual nodes reach consensus about the network. The algorithm is a crucial part of the infrastructure that supports the ADA cryptocurrency and is a major innovation in blockchain technology. Okay, of course it is better than proof of work, which Bitcoin uses, and uses a lot of energy because you need to have miners running all the time to start validating the transactions, where in this case is not applicable because you've got the nodes and you've got people that stake on these nodes. Okay, and they are rewarded, of course, and we'll go into that in a moment. Then they're basically explaining what is proof of stake, so I'm not going to go into that, because if you've been watching my channel you probably know already what is proof of stake. I've been covering it with a lot of projects already. But let's go into the about section here and the team. Right. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, there are three organizations that Cardano is split upon, right? So you've got the Cardano Foundation, you've got Input Output, and you've got Emergo as well. Okay, and actually Emergo, the role of Emergo is to develop, support, and incubate commercial ventures and help integrate these businesses into Cardano's decentralized blockchain ecosystem. Their investment focused in two ways: through direct investment into startup ventures and by developing commercial partners who want to use blockchain technology to revolutionize their industries. So they're basically gonna go to all these different companies, like I was saying, and try to get them to implement Cardano into their workplace. or to make use of Cardano, especially if they've got financial applications. And we'll be looking at that when we get into the different project steps in their roadmap that they're going through, right? And Emergo has established research and development centers in key geographies such as Philippines, South Korea, and Vietnam, and they have a headquarters in Japan as well. Okay, so that's where they're actually focusing on, and that's where they're trying to get the community to basically use them. Now, of course, Cardano is founded in 2015 by Charles Hoskinson, and actually Charles Hoskinson, which I'm going to be talking about in a moment, we're going to be looking at his LinkedIn page. He was actually the CEO of Ethereum. Okay, so it's very important. He moved to Cardano to start off his own business. It's very important because this means that this guy has a lot of experience in the blockchain technology. And IOHK is a world-class engineering and technology company committed to using peer-to-peer innovations to provide financial services to 3 billion people that don't have them. The group is contracted to design, build, and maintain the Cardano platform through to 2020. Okay, so let's look here and we can see about the IOHQ and what they're all about. So founded in 2015 by Charles Hoskinson and Jeremy Wood. It's a technology company basically. And let's actually look at the team because you want to see the team. Let's go down. So here we go. We've got Charles Hoskinson, which is the CEO. And many YouTubers, many crypto YouTubers have already interviewed this guy. So you can find a lot of videos like Crypto Crow, for example. He's a crypto YouTuber that I've been following for quite some time. He's been doing many interviews with Charles Hoskinson. So do check them out. Maybe just search for Crypto Crow, Charles Hoskinson, and you can find some videos already where he's been interviewing him. And he's been giving us a lot of information. Jeremy Wood as well, he's also a chief strategy officer, and then you've got the team of executives here. You've got the research and development. So as you can see, some of them are professors, okay? 4 of them are professors here. People that have got PhD, so these are very well educated people, right? You got to see this as a very solid project. It's got a solid foundation because the whole team are solid, right? And not only that, but when we look at their GitHub, you're going to be surprised by the amount of people that are contributing, the amount of developers contributing to their project on GitHub. So yeah, these are all researchers, and then you've got the Cardano people as well. You've got the system performance scientists, Haskell developers, Cardano SL developers. So all the developers are here. All of them are listed here. So this is quite a big team, okay? Senior Haskell engineer, Scala developer, so they use Scala as well. So yeah, I mean, the team is humongous, right? Even Ethereum, they've even got an Ethereum Classic team, Scorex team, Daedalus team, which are dealing with the wallet, DevOps, web development and operations, QA, which are doing the testing, project management, which are managing the projects, of course, and the cryptocurrency diligence team, which are doing the research. So that's a humongous team. I mean, to be honest, I don't think I've seen any project have so many people in a team, or at least they haven't been disclosed so openly as Cardano are doing. So this is a very good sign, right? There's a reason why people have been so bullish on this project in 2017. And not only because of the hype, but because of how they're actually structured and the visibility and transparency that they're giving us, right? Of course, nothing is 100% proof, safe proof, right? But come on, I mean, you can't get any more transparent than that, right? And here we're looking at Charles Hoskinson. So this is actually his LinkedIn page. So you should always do your due diligence on their LinkedIn page and try to find as much information about the founders to see if they're legit or not. Well, we already know they are, because if you've been following this project for some time, you probably know about it. If you're new, you're probably thinking, okay, but how can I actually find out this information? Because, okay, people talk about it, but how do I know that they're legit? Well, this is what you do. You can even go to their LinkedIn page. You can do some Googling about them. Try to get as much information as possible about the founders. And a good example is this, of course, Chief Executive Officer of Ethereum between December 2013 and May 2014 for 6 months. He's been in the University of Colorado as well. He's been he did actually drop out, right? So it does say here analytic number theory dropout, mathematics and cryptography. So he did drop out after 2 years. He is a certified Bitcoin professional. He's an IT volunteer as well, or he was. And of course, he is the Chief Executive Officer of Cardano, now of Input Output, as they call that third part of the company. Director of Bitcoin Education Project, right, for 6 years and 5 months. So that's a long time. So yes, basically this guy is just amazing, and that's why so many people are really bullish on this project. And again, this is not financial advice, it's not a sponsor review in any way, shape or form. I'm basically covering the top 100 projects, as I've been mentioning, for my channel, because I wanted to do that. I wanted to bring more information out there, especially with all the updates we've been having since 2017 when a lot of these projects have been launched. So yeah, this is pretty much it here. And then we've got the information on proof of stake. So actually, let's go to that. And in order to get to this link, you need to go here. Where do you go? Where do you go? So you need to go to Ouroboros, and then you can get to the proof of stake incentive information. There's actually, this is like a different part of the website called staking.cardano.org. But basically, they're talking about proof of stake here. They've got a dedicated team. And this is coming with the next part of their project. And I'm actually going to look at this for a moment here. So these are the fees that are going to be charged. Okay, 0.15 ADA, 55 ADA, plus this many bytes multiplied by 200 bytes equals 0.164 ADA. That's actually going to be the transaction fee on their blockchain. Okay, so this is how it's actually calculated. Now, I'm not entirely sure because it's been a while since I've actually held ADA. I don't actually hold any ADA at the moment. I did hold some back in 2017. But as far as I remember, their transaction fees are very minimal. Okay, very, very minimal. And here we can see an example. And I'm not sure if these are the current transaction fees for sending transactions on the ADA blockchain. I believe it is. But also with proof of stake, it's going to be something similar when they implement it. And then here they're talking about the incentives and how they're actually going to work with proof of stake. Okay, 700 million in the first year, then 665 million and so on. Okay, and let's go down, because I wanted to talk about a specific section here. Okay, so how does the distribution with proof of stake actually works with Cardano? So there's going to be the stake pool members. Okay, that's what we're going to have. So after the rewards pool has been split between stake pools, each stake pool leader has to distribute her share of rewards amongst her pool members. For example, the people who delegated their stake to the pool. Okay, so you've got the pool leader and then you've got the different people. And here's a good example actually. So consider that the pool leader is Alice with 0.2% stake, who forms her pool with Bob, which has 0.1% of the stake. Charlie is 0.2%. And then we can assume that the reward pool for a fictional epoch contains 5 million ADA, and that Alice's pool dutifully created the blocks during all slots. It was elected slot leader. Then Alice's pool, which holds 0.5% of the stake, will receive 25,000 ADA from the reward pool for this epoch, right? So of the 25,000 ADA, Bob will get half of what Charlie gets, but Charlie will get less than Alice herself because of the cost and the trouble of running her pool, because she's the pool leader. So basically here, as an example, they will be giving 5,000 additional ADA to Alice, of course, because she's the pool leader. So she would end up with 13,000, Bob with 4,000, and Charlie with 8,000. So that's how the distribution would actually be done. Now, the distribution can actually change when this part of the project gets released or launched. But for now, this is basically an example of how it may actually work. And you know, many people are bullish on proof of stake because many that hold long term want to get some kind of incentive, and at the moment there is no incentive holding ADA, hence why everyone is just waiting for proof of stake, like we're seeing with many cryptocurrency projects. And let's go to the GitHub page, but before we look at that, I actually want to talk about one other part, and that is the roadmap. So let's look at the roadmap here. Okay, so the roadmap is split into 5 different sections. Okay, so we've got the Byron section, which is the first one. This is the foundation, trying to build a community. Then there's Shelly. Okay, so if you click on Shelly, it actually tells you here that they estimate to complete this by the end of the year, because you can see the blue bar here. Okay, so what is Shelly all about? So basically Shelly is about integrating proof of stake, the stuff that we've been just talking about. So these are going to be the early stages, okay, to implement proof of stake, and the incentive scheme, of course, delegation and so on, and the reward system. Okay, so that's what is gonna happen when Shelly actually happens. Okay, it's part of the roadmap when it gets deployed. And the next one, which is Gogin, okay, this is about the functional programming language, okay, and using Plutus, or Plutus, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I think it's Plutus, because it is with an U, so Plutus. Now it's about the purpose-built smart contract development language and execution platform using the functional programming Haskell. Plutus is already available for testing and brings the benefits of functional programming to smart contract creation. It also allows one codebase to support both on and off-chain components, improving the coherency and usability of their development experience compared with existing smart contract implementation. So for those of you that don't know, smart contracts are basically used to make decisions on the blockchain. They're like a digital contract, as you may want to call it like that, right? This is why it's called a smart contract. So it makes any kind of decisions, be it on-chain or off-chain. So this is how it's going to do. It's going to support both of those. What else do we have? So of course, it's going to be accessible to a wider audience via Marlowe, allowing financial and business experts with no previous technical knowledge to create smart contracts. Marlowe is a high-level domain-specific language for financial contracts, which is going to be built on Plutus. Marlowe comes with Meadow, an easy-to-use application building platform for non-programmers, right? They can use that to build financial smart contracts. So I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of drag and drop with a design framework. I'm not sure. This is my assumption because you cannot be a technical person. If you're a technical person, you're not going to be able to use it, right? So how else can you build smart contracts and define what the logic in that smart contract is going to be? So I assume it's going to be drag and drop. They're going to have some text boxes or something, okay, which is going to basically have like the programming language in the backend and taking actions on all these moves that you're making when you're defining the smart contract. This is my assumption, and this is going to be good because this is going to help those people that Emorgo are trying to get to, right? All these different companies that are going to be using Cardano. Let's see, if they use it, then they're going to be really happy in stage 3 of the project. And then we have stage 4 of the project, which is called Basho. So Basho is an era of optimization, improving the scalability and interoperability of the network. Whereas previous development eras focused on decentralization and new functionality, Basho is about improving the underlying performance of the Cardano network to better support growth and adoption for applications with high transaction volume, because this is the main problem that we've got at the moment, not enough high transactions going on, right? So without that, what is the point of scaling so much? But this is the reason why they're working so hard on this, because they know that they're trying to reach adoption, mass adoption. They're trying to compete with Ethereum. Will they be better there than Ethereum? It's very hard to know exactly what Ethereum are going to do in the future as well, right? You cannot tell the future. This is just an assumption, and this is what they're aiming to achieve, right? So you got to see it from this point of view. And Basho will also introduce the parallel accounting styles. Okay, this is what we've got. And also sidechains can be used as a sharding mechanism by offloading work from the main chain onto a sidechain to increase the capacity of the network, right? Because you don't want to start overloading the main chain with a lot of transactions. We've seen many projects kind of focus towards that, and hence why they're using sidechains to kind of split that. And this is where we've got the sharding mechanism, okay, to have smaller transactions spread across different chains. Okay, this is the best way to understand it, so that you're not only using the main chain and overloading it, making it slow and causing unconfirmed transactions, which we've seen with Neo, unfortunately, quite a few times. And of course, they're also working to improve that. But let's go to the next section here, and this is going to be the last stage of the project, which is called Voltaire. The final pieces required for the Cardano network to become a self-sustaining system. This is what they're aiming to do with the introduction of a voting and treasury system. Network participants will be able to use their stake and voting rights to influence the future development of the network. Now, for Cardano to become truly decentralized, they will not only require the distributed infrastructure introduced during the Shelley era, but also the capacity to be maintained and improved over time in a decentralized way. To that end, the Voltaire era will add the ability for network participants to present Cardano improvement proposals that can be voted on by stakeholders. So this is all about decentralization, and I've mentioned this in my blockchain gaming video as well, and how we should not have a central entity deciding on the updates. And this is why smart contracts are very important. Decentralization is very important, and voting rights are important, because this means that the community can vote against something. If they vote against a change, then this change cannot happen because they voted against it, and usually a fork is generated. Okay, so this is why it's important to have the community and the developers kind of agreeing on things, right? So yes, stakeholders have an important aspect to play in this, right? Obviously, if you hold more ADA tokens, then you've got more word to say. And I don't know if this is something positive or negative. I'm not sure, because you don't really want only one person to control the voting mechanism, right? You want it to be decentralized. It doesn't really matter if you've got people that stake less ADA, they should have a word to say. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe they do. If you know more about ADA than me, please leave a comment below and let me know if you're going to argue with this statement that I've got here about certain stakeholders having power. Maybe it's not the case, okay? Maybe it's not the case. I'm not 100% sure on that. But this is basically what it's saying here. So yes, this is the last stage of the project, and that's aimed for the end of 2020. And finally, let's look at their GitHub. And here we can see that they've got a lot of contributions, okay? A lot of contributions, a lot of commits. So we can see here 2,236 commits have been made on this project. And if we go to the issues section here, we can see that there are 11 open issues, okay, at the moment. So this is what they're working on. Implementing rollback on the database layer. They use SQLite, okay, for the database. That's interesting. Pull requests, okay, so code changes that are waiting review by developers. They've only got 3 of them here. The project, of course, which is 0, nothing. We've got the wiki page information here. But if we go to the, let's go back to the wiki and let's go to members. I can't actually go there. Let's go, so we've got nothing there. Let's go to the contributions section. Okay, so here you can see all the different contributors. So these are the active contributors from February 24th to September 8th, 2019. Okay, so that is quite a lot. And this is good because this actually shows you here how many people are committing code. Let's go here again. They've got 6 releases recently, and we can see here that there have been contributions. The latest one is actually 2 days ago, okay? So they're constantly working on it. They're constantly doing things on the code here on this project. So this is very good. This basically tells you that you're seeing a lot of progress here, right? It's not a dead project. A lot of contribution, a lot of developers are contributing to this. It is open source, okay? So anybody can contribute, but I'm sure there are many developers which have invested in this project, which probably hold heavy bags of ADA, which of course want to contribute. They're developers, they know what it's about, so this is what they want to do, right? And actually there was something else I wanted to talk about, and let's see if I can go back here on this. But yeah, basically there is a section here, I can't really find it right now, but there is a section, okay, where I've noticed that even the influencers are mentioned, okay, influencers which have something to do with the project in some way, shape, or form. And actually Hashoshi, right, this is his YouTube channel name, his name is Forrest. I've actually done an interview with him on my channel, and the link is going to be at the end of this video, so you can simply click on that and it'll take you directly to the interview. He's an Ethereum developer, and I think he's going to contribute to Cardano if he hasn't already started contributing to Cardano as well. So he's actually mentioned as one of the influencers, and I do wonder if he is going to start contributing. Possibly, right? He's mentioned on the website, so do check that out as well. I can't exactly find where on the website, but I did see it a while ago when I was investigating this project and trying to research more about it. But that's that about Cardano. Let me know what you think. What's your opinion of it? Are you bullish on Cardano? Do you think that it really is going to take over Ethereum? Is it going to surpass it in the near future when they've launched everything? At least when Shelly launched? Maybe so. Right, what's your opinion on that? Let me know in the comments below. That being said, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video. Bye bye.